Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conzia Podcast. I am your host, Zahid Mohammed, live with an amazing guest, Omer Jamal, with us. Omer Jamal is the founder and CEO of AQX, which is an AI voice platform that is changing how companies handle customer calls and how AIX increases sales for e commerce sellers, SaaS companies, and other online businesses. Welcome to my show, Umar Jamal. I am very happy to have you.
Thank you for having me, Zai. Really appreciate the opportunity and excited to speak today.
Definitely. So, before we jump into the details of AX and how the product is exciting, I would like to understand a little bit more from your side. How has been your journey before AQX? What did you do before, and when did you start AQX?
Yeah, absolutely. So my original startup I launched in 2017, which was a sales automation platform for wealth management firms. That was really my first array into entrepreneurship, and got to experience all the pains and suffering that you go through as an early stage entrepreneur, from building a product, finding the right product market fit, finding the right audience to go after, and eventually, building the business to more than seven figures, and actually having a successful exit, leading a team of 14 people. Made a lot of mistakes, but had some success as well. So it was a very fun journey. I always like to bring the athlete mindset towards business. I played a lot of sports when I was sort of younger, so it's nice to bring that across in the business world, which I think is the most competitive of them all, so to speak. Since that exit, I got married, I traveled a little bit, and this AI thing came about, and really just had to do something, kind of got bored, and saw this big opportunity sort of in this call center voice AI space, how we can disrupt the traditional call centers that exist with voice AI. So AQX stands for Ask Questions and Explore, and it's really an AI voice platform that automates customer support at a reduced cost for small to medium-sized businesses.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the successful exit. Not many people are successful with the first business because it's always, like a kind of, I would say, like a test run whenever we start a new business. But many congratulations that you made it. So
Thank you.
amazing, amazing job, like 14 people as well. And AQX also sounds really interesting. Definitely, we will talk about that. So I would like to understand how big is the team at AQX? Are you guys already funded or looking for funding? Did you bootstrap it? Anything that you could share on that front as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We're about eight people or so, and we have raised some funding from some really good investors and partners who also happen to be distribution partners for us. We get access to sort of their network and such to grow. Yeah, it's a very exciting time to sort of build in this. We have some really good partners, so we're not fully bootstrapped in this business.
Oh, which is, by the way, good to know. So always, like investment in the start, it definitely helps you. So where are you guys located in terms of team members?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a global remote team. We have some people in Canada, we have some people in the U.S. itself, we have some people in Brazil, Colombia. So we're a global remote team, and you're absolutely right. In the early days of a business, I always say to everybody, you'll take all the help that you can, because that's you need it in the early days of business, when you need the most help, actually.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's also like a good sign if you can if you can convince investor to put money into your business, so which is by the way a very healthy sign. Walk us through a little bit more details. So what exactly is the product? So how can people use AQX? So what exactly the product looks like here?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if we just take a look at customer support in general, customer support employs about 17 million people worldwide, and there's more than 60,000 call centers. So the BPO space is massive as it stands, and traditionally speaking, it's enterprises that have access to the BPO space. So, you can think about your large telecoms, your large banks, your large healthcare providers. They generally speaking outsource to a call center or a BPO to service customer needs. because there's a lot of turnover within that employee space, and there's a lot of handholding that goes to from a training perspective for those live agents, for them to be a successful representative of your customer support unit. So with that said, when it comes to AQX, that's the problem that we're sort of looking to sort of solve for from a customer's perspective, that AI voice agents can automate at least 60 to 70% of that customer support work that humans are currently doing. Right before this, I was just on a call with somebody, and they were telling me how they spent $600,000 with an outsourced call center, and they get 40,000 inbound inquiries. So just looking at the top of it, of those 40,000 inquiries, about 60% of those are tier one requests. Basic things like basic qualification things that the offshore call center agents are sort of going through and maneuvering through that conversation. So AI voice is kind of the platform itself, like our platform is at a stage where it can automate at least 60% of those 40,000 requests. So it could potentially bring down their $600,000 annual bill probably to like 200,000 or like 300,000. You can get a 70% cost reduction there, which is absurd, right? So I think AI is going after that labor spend, and it's automating that labor spend for team members and for businesses, but you have to be forward thinking and doing it. So our platform gives you AI voice agents end to end, and it can be deployed for anybody who is looking for high volume and good workflow automation to get it implemented as a whole. So it's an exciting time to build in this, very early stages still, but we're seeing a lot of early stage traction within the platform of looking at call center agents and AI voice agents to kind of be a replacement for that.
Absolutely, it's a very big industry, and I can also understand the running of all these call centers and customer support people. It's a very big bill and cost in the end for a company of any size. So you are in the right space for sure. So I would like to understand from the user perspective. So if I have an e-commerce store online, how can I use the product? So do I need to sign up for like a dashboard and deploy those customer support agents on my website? So how does this journey look like?
Yeah, great question. So, we have two models, one sort of a self-serve model, one sort of a white glove model. So, absolutely, you could just go to AQX.ai and deploy it for your e-commerce store, or our team is available to guide you through that step as well. And it's really twofold use cases. So one is like phone agents, which are like calls that you might be getting at your e-commerce store. Where's my order? I ordered this, but I got something else. Like customer support related sort of problems associated with that business. So that's one. The second is also increasing conversions through our voice bubble, right? Customers themselves, some forward-thinking customers, they've incorporated chat on it, but I think voice is the future, where clicks and keyboard strokes are going to turn into mouses and ears of the computer, so to speak. So we're getting more and more used to, speaking to machines, which is speaking to computers. And I think that's what's going to continue to happen in this evolution of the next e-commerce 2.0, where with a click of a button or instead of chatting with somebody, you're going to have a voice interaction with somebody and find specific products. I'm looking for size 9 shoes in white, as an example. And the voice agent will find the products for you, filter it for you, and then you could just add it to cart. So instead of doing 6 clicks to get there, you could just do that based on like a voice interaction. So we have a voice bubble that allows you to do that for e-commerce stores, and then phone agents that allow you to automate the customer support on the phones itself. So e-commerce stores, especially because the ones that have a lot of high volume, this is very fitting for them.
That sounds very interesting, Omer. Thanks for sharing with us. So another problem that I see often, so for online sellers like Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, all these online platforms. So I definitely agree with you that voice is the next level of customer support. It's more interactive, and it definitely helps. The problem that we see in terms of customer support for these online platforms, if the customer support agent is not available right away, so the potential customer does not come back after he asks something on the website. right? If there is a delay of 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, so the customer leaves and he does not come back. We can definitely solve this problem by deploying AQX on these websites. So just trying to understand the deeper integration. For example, if an AI voice is deployed on an e-commerce store which is built on Shopify, how does the backend integration looks like? So do we need to install some app, or do we need to put, like a piece of code? So how difficult it is, how complicated it is, can people do it on their own, or someone from your side need to come on
Yeah.
a call and then actually implement that? So
Yeah, great question. Great question. You said 5 to 10 minutes. I actually read a stat the other day, which is 60% of customers hang up after being on hold for 60 seconds or longer. So that's 1 minute.
oh, that is good to know. Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
thanks for adding this. Yeah.
people are so impatient, Zahid,
Yeah.
right? Like we
Yeah.
seem to forget, like we don't want to wait for anything. Everybody wants like instant answers. So you're spot on that. Cart abandonment is a big issue in e-commerce, and I don't think anybody's solved it correctly yet. So those intricacies and those details are super, super important to actually make. And the e-commerce store owner has to be forward thinking to implement something like this to solve that specific issue, because nobody knows that data point, most people at least. So to your question about how to install it, it's super easy, right? You can essentially go on the platform, sign up, get a 4-line embed code, and place that on your website. So it integrates with Shopify, it integrates with Make.com and Zapier, so you can connect to any other third-party applications if that's what you want as well. The product inventory upload with Shopify is super, super simple to do as well. But in terms of the implementation, it's a 4-line code that's available on through that's available on our application that you just copy paste and put in the header of your application. So it's pretty self-serve. If you want to customize that agent to do it, our team is available to guide you through that. It really just depends on your volume within that application.
Oh, that's definitely good to know. So that sounds super easy. Would you like to share some numbers from your customers or from your research? For example, what is the likelihood of getting higher conversion if people offer customer support with a live chat widget, which is very common? Like 99% of e-commerce stores, they offer customer support via live chat widget. So some of them they automate it, some of them they are having like phone apps available, then they can reply right away. So if people use voice AI or AQX, so what kind of conversion increase you see as compared to traditional models of providing online support? For example, live chat or WhatsApp or a Facebook Messenger or an email. Do you have any data to share on these things?
Yeah, absolutely. So across the board, we've seen about more than a 30% uplift in conversions just from having a voice agent available on your website itself. And then to give you context itself, in some cases, it could even be more. Like on our website today, about 12% of website visitors are using voice agents, right? Just to interact. So the user comes, they go and click on the bottom left-hand side, and they interact with that voice agent, which I recommend anybody from your audience to check out as well. So from our homework, we see about 30% uplift in existing conversions, which can be a lot if you
Oh,
transfer that
definitely,
with the
yeah.
voice bubbles.
Which is, by the way, a great number. So how does the pricing look like? So what kind of packages you have for e-commerce sellers, for big companies, small companies, people who are selling 100,000 to a million per month in sales, and people with Shopify Plus who are selling couple of millions of dollars every month in sales. So how does the subscription look like? Do you have, like one-time cost or per month subscription available? So,
Yeah. So anybody could go on our website and get started for free just to kind of test it out, and we have some
oh,
e-commerce stores doing that, so that's good. And that subset of the market that you're mentioning about is exactly who we're going after, because those are the people who have a lot of high volume of customer support tickets to kind of deal with, and it can become gruesome or painful. We were trying to change this mentality. You have to hire a staff member to do it. You can you put in an AI that can kind of do that exact same problem for you. So. For pricing, we're very outcome based, usage based. It's truly dependent on the minutes that are utilized within the platform itself of the voice agent itself. Base packages start at about 85 hours per month in terms of talk time, which is about $1,000 per month. But if you have more, there's a volume discount that's baked in on a per minute basis. We just charge a flat 10 cents a minute on our side. So that's how our pricing is baked.
Oh, that also sounds, like a very fair pricing. Plus, if you convert it into monetary benefits like 30% increase, these numbers definitely justify the investment. And I love the fact that you have a free version available. So people who are listening, guys, if you are interested, definitely check it out. It doesn't cost anything. So you can check out for a couple of days how exactly it is increasing your conversion. Play around, like test out. If you have any questions, Umar and his team will be available. So, Umar, converting a little bit our discussion to the other side, definitely this the tool that you have built, it sounds very interesting. So we will be sharing all the necessary links for your website into our discussion and the videos that we will post on different platforms. So I would like to ask a few other things as well. This is your second startup. So you have built a company before, you have exited. Like not many people who have started their first business, not many of them they can exit it successfully. So you are a successful entrepreneur. So you are building a second company. You have a good product. You are riding the wave of AI, which is definitely like also the present and the future. So you are having a successful team, 8+ people, raise funding, a lot of people who are listening, so they want to start or they want to transition from selling online to a full-time entrepreneur. So what kind of advice do you have for these people? So what are the things that they need to learn today so so that they can be successful in future?
Yeah, absolutely. I think entrepreneurship is one of those things where you have to be very self-driven to actually make a dent in any market or business that you're looking to do. So I think drive is something that you should 110% have. And I appreciate and I thank you for those kind words, Zahid. But it's not, I'm not like Elon Musk. I'm not putting rockets on space or anything like that. I think I'm very hardworking, but it's about rowing the right boat, being in the right boat, so to speak, and solving the problems for customers that matter most. So I think you have to have an athlete-like mentality. You have to be very driven, and third, you have to be solving a specific problem for a customer. I think everybody looks at entrepreneurship as this avenue that, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of freedom and I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to do all this, and that's not true. Entrepreneurs are some of the most hardworking people that they are. And if I was to give an example, I've heard this before from other people, so this is not an original, this is not mine. But Elon Musk says this. He's like, entrepreneurship is like flying down a plane and skydiving from a plane and chewing glass on its ways down, right? So there's new problems, new things to deal with every single day. So you need to have a very high pain tolerance. But it's a very fun and fulfilling and rewarding journey if you're willing to take it. Every successful entrepreneur that I've spoken to says the same thing, that if I have one piece of advice, it's just keep going. So that's my advice as well, Zahid. Right? It's the same thing. I think you just have to have the guts and the drive to just keep going, and you are going to be faced with a cajillion things that come across your way, but you have to fight through them, and you have to maintain a positive attitude. You have to build a team around it. You have to learn how to delegate, which involves leadership skills. And then you have to be customer obsessed. You need to be talking to customers almost on a daily basis. That's what's going to get you wins. That's the only thing that matters. That's the North Star that matters. So I highly recommend entrepreneurship for everybody, but you have to be willing, you have to have a thick skin and be willing to deal with the cuts that come your way. Which most people, I see a lot of people just give up right away. And if you're the type that even has an ounce of giving up, you're just better off like staying at a nice cushy job. Entrepreneurship's not meant to you. So it's hard work, but it's very fulfilling if you pursue the right actions, so to speak.
Umar, that is definitely a great piece of advice, what you have shared with us and with our audience. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on my podcast. I wish you all the best. Keep up the great work that you are doing. Keep hustling, keep working hard. I see you are highly motivated. I wish you all the best. Thanks for taking time and for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me, Zahid. You have a great podcast, and I appreciate your audience for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Guys, if you want to be on my podcast, if you have built up anything which is worth sharing with our audience, you want to share your story, reach out to me, and next time I will be with you with another exciting guest. Keep following me on LinkedIn. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, so we are offline. was wa-
Awesome.
was very good.